Welcome back, my beautiful people, to This Week in Review. I'm going to dive right into today's question. And today's question comes from Amanda623. Amanda writes, Fernando, I'm a big fan. Can you tell me what are the 5 to 6 things that you believe has made you successful in your journey as an entrepreneur? Great question. So I'm going to give you 5 things that has helped me and I believe will help anyone in business. The first thing I want to talk about is being resilient and perseverance, right? You really have to develop the ability to bounce back from setbacks, from obstacles, from issues that are going to arise, and be persistent, like almost obsessive with pursuing and doing the things that are going to accomplish the goals that you set out for. And as it relates to goals, I'm one of those people that greatly believes in setting high goals, but reasonable goals, right? So for example, if your industry, if you know, the number one person in your industry is making $1 million, don't set out to make 10 million, right? Be realistic within that, right? So, but make them high, right? If $1 million is what the industry standard is, then shoot for 2 million. But don't make it so unrealistic that it can become very frustrating to try to get there. Next is adaptability. You really need to adapt. For those that know, I'm a Marine. I was in the Marine Corps, and one of the things that we were always told, as a Marine, you must always adapt and overcome. Adapting is going to be huge because nothing stays the same. There is not a single market that stays the same year after year. The markets are constantly changing, and you need to adapt to these constant changes. Next is financial management, especially when it comes to cash flow, right? You really need to understand how to properly manage your finances. And that's both personal, but more importantly in business, right? Having that strong foundation and understanding what it takes to manage and create cash flow is going to be vital and critical for the success of your business. The next is going to be learning or finding someone that's an effective leader within your organization. Developing strong leadership skills is difficult. We're not all meant to be leaders, but we need to find that leadership. We need to find someone that's going to be a strong leader within your organization if you want your organization to grow. And the last thing, but just as important, is that I'll say this again, you always need to be customer focused. Without customer, I don't care what company you run, you can have the best product, the best services. If you don't have customers, you don't have a business. So you really need to understand the importance of identifying who your customer is, identifying their needs, what problems are you going to solve for them. You need and you need to figure out the cost of obtaining that customer, and then once you have that customer, do everything you can to retain that customer, right? So those are the 5 things that I've learned through my business journey that I believe have helped me out a lot. All right, so let's just get right into revenue now. For this week, we brought in $31,140 We had 259 bookings. Our occupancy rate is at 62.5. Our average daily rate it's at 120, and our RevPAR is at 75. Now, as last week and this week, we're right at that the low 60 range in terms of occupancy, and our RevPAR is pretty much the same as last week. We haven't seen much changes, but only because we're this is last week, so it's from second week or the beginning of the second week until now. Now that we're going into the third week of the month and the last part of the month, I'm hoping, and we should see these numbers start to go up, especially as we go into July, with July being the peak of the travel season, right? We're now, summer's it's in full effect. So, and travel is in full effect. I mean, I've been traveling a lot. These airports are jam-packed, right? But we more than ever, you need to focus on optimizing and marketing to hit your numbers. It's becoming and has been extremely difficult in this saturated market to stand out and to have higher occupancy rates. And again, our focus is always to be between 75 and 85. But for the past 3 weeks, we haven't been there, right? So now that we're going into July, which is the busiest part of the year, I'm hoping these numbers go up greatly. Let's go back to our winners. We came in number one at 20,330. Airbnb came in at 3,270. Booking is at 2,750. Marriott is at 2,670, and other is at 2,012. If you look at these numbers are starting to creep up. There's a lot of other smaller OTAs that we have been advertising on and are starting, they're starting to make a move. Some of them are like Hopper, Oliver's Travels, another one that's starting to make a move, and a few others that I can't think off the top of my head right now. So in terms of RevPAR per property, Miami's at 200. These are just, I always throw the same ones, but Miami's at 200. OP Cabana's at 203. You have Wilton Manors at 156. Oakland Palm is at 193. And then all others around 84 is the RevPAR. We had no issues this week, no staffing changes. Our projects are still the same. I am fully booked all the way to the end of August. I'm at my property in Florida, and this is the first time in almost a month that I'm here, and I leave tomorrow. So it's our co-hosting and our consulting and our co-hosting optimization side of the house of our management company is growing fast. Again, if you're interested in partnering up with us, or you want us to go to your place, help you optimize, and sit down and have a conversation about your business, then just DM me. Don't forget to check out Dreams Vacation website. It's going to be listed below, or go to my Instagram. There's a lot of great deals that we're offering. For example, we have an Alaska cruise that sells in 2025 that is discounted by almost 50%. There's a Punta Cana, Dominican Republic resort that right now has a 65% discount over their average rates for any booking after August, right? But you have to book now. If you're interested on that, also DM me if you're interested on taking any vacation and you want us to help you create an itinerary, help you save some money on some of the airfare, and definitely save some money on the reservations, then just DM me. Don't forget to subscribe, follow me on Instagram. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next one.